All right, this demo is on the Buick transmission gasket C36. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and do a file new. And we'll go to our template. And there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this thing started. So this does have a natural center point like some of the first ones we did. So we're going to go ahead and start it that way. We're going to go to the object layer and I don't know, this thing is pretty long. This is about 9 inches long, so we'll make sure we're going long enough here. That should be good, about 15 or so. And then we'll find a natural center. Make sure that you're locked in at 90 degrees so you don't have any slanted lines. Okay, I'm going to start with the middle hole. So this little 3.25 hole right here, we're going to start with that and just to kind of get ourselves oriented. So circle, center diameter. Center point is here, and we're at 3.25. Okay, let me turn off the line weights. Okay, by the way, my O snaps, I like my O snaps on endpoint and intersection when I start. Later we'll add one to that, but those are the two ones you want to kind of pretty much start with. Okay. Next, we're going to start working on some of the center lines. So I need to get the locations for this hole and this one and that one and that one. Now this thing's got a couple of tricks on it, so you got to be really careful. If you see the 512, we want to get to this circle right here, but it's not. There's no distance that goes to the circle. There's a 250 that goes to the very top of the part, and then there's a 50 that comes down. So let's do that one first. So we're going to offset. Again, you got to be really careful on this one because this is where a lot of people make a mistake. When I offset, I'm going to go 250, 2.5. But this is to the top of the part. This is not the center line for the holes. He pauses, okay? The top of the part. From there, we're going to offset 0.5, and we're going to offset 0.5 down. Now, from the very top of the part, we're going to offset down 512. Do you see the 512 off to the right? 5.12. From the top of the part to the bottom of the part. Okay, now to get the other center line, once we get 512 to the bottom, there's the 512, then we're going to come up a radius of 50. So that's how far up this is because this circle is tangent to the bottom. So that radius 50, we need that to come up. So again, this being the bottom, we're going to offset that up 0.50. Like that. Okay, so again, top and bottom, and then the center lines would be these guys. Okay, next, then they're not quite so tricky here. We're going to go 350 both ways to get this circle center point, and this is the way I would do it. I would go, I'd go offset. I'd do offset. I'd do 350, 3.5. So that part's easy that way and that way. But to keep the confusion down, let's just move this up a bit because we know we're only dealing with this space right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of bring that down a little bit. So this right here is the location for the hole. Same thing here. So we don't want to confuse this with some of the lower stuff. So we're going to do it like that. Does that make sense? So we've got the center point of the hole right there. Okay. Now let's look at the bottom ones. So on the bottom we have 412. See the 412? So on that one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go offset 412. We're going to offset this one that way. See how it's a little bit wider, and that one that way. And we're going to do the same thing. This one's not going all the way up there. I'm going to bring that one down as well. And just, so that's the center point for the hole. And again, bringing it down so we don't get these center lines confused with each other. And then that's the center line for the other one. All right. Now we can start working some circles. We have 4 times diameter 56, so we'll do those first. We've got the locations for them. So circle, center diameter, center point is there, point 56, and then we're going to take that and we're going to copy it. One. Be careful, not here. That's the bottom. Here. Okay. That makes sense. So like that. Okay. Next, we have these radii. They're all 0.50s, so we can do the same thing. We're going to get 4 of them. We're not going to use all of it, obviously, but we're going to make them a full circle. So circle, center radius, center point's here. Radius should be 0.5. If you did it right, it should buzz the top of that line like that. And we're going to take that, and we're going to copy it 4 times. There, see how it buzzes the top? Right there. See how it buzzes the bottom there? See how it's tangent to the bottom? And same thing there. All right. So we've got this thing laying out pretty good. All right. Let's see. What are we going to do next here? Let's go ahead and put in this little hole right here and make this one an easy one. So it's 181 and 0.62. So offset 1.81 from here to here, and then enter, enter, and then we're going to offset 0.62 from the bottom. So offset 0.62 from the bottom up here. So this is our center point right there, and that looks like that holds a 0.75. Center diameter, center point is here. It's a little bit up from the other ones, and 0.75. Okay. And just for clarity, I'm just going to drag this kind of like I did with the other ones, just so I can see it's not in the way of the other ones. So something like that should be fine. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and get these angles in. So the format I'm going to talk about in the demo with the class, but AutoCAD has a format for putting angles at lines. So you would have seen that in the demo in the class. I'm going to set my object snaps to just tangent, and you'll see why. All right, we're going to start with the first line. We're going to go tangent, and then the format would be shift at sign. Whoops, try that again, sorry. Line. So you're going to go right around there, tangent, and then shift at sign. Give a distance. I'm going to go 5, and then the less than symbol, and then the angle you want to go. In this case, it's 140. And you can see the line launching out there at 140. All right, next, we're going to go over to this one. Shift at sign, 5, less than symbol. This one's a 40-degree angle. The biggest thing people do on this drawing here is they try to go intersection of this. The line I'm going to make now is not at the intersection of the center line and the arc. It's not at the quadrant. You're going to go tangent to the edge, shift at sign. I'll go 5 again, angle sign, and this one's going to be 181 plus 11, 191. You'll notice that the line is not at the intersection, it's tangent to the circle. So it's a watch out for that one. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. We're going to go tangent, we're going to go shift at sign, we're going to go 5, we're going to go angle sign, and we're going to do this at 349 because it's 11 degrees. And it looks like that. And again, notice that it's not going at the intersection of the circle. Okay, now we need to kind of cut it off, and you can see the 225. We'll do that both ways. Even though they don't give it both ways, we'll go ahead and assume it's both ways. So we're going to offset 225. We're going to offset 225 this way and 225 this way, and you can sort of see what's happening here with the arcs. I think we can use the fillet command here. So let's do that. We'll use the fillet command. We'll go R for radius. Looks like the fillet radius is a 0.5. And we'll go T for trim and make sure trim is on, and it looks like it is. So we're going to go here and here. Enter. Here and here. Enter. So that way we don't have to do the tangent radius because we're actually wanting this one to trim. And you'll notice that there's a little bit of a straight line in there if you've done this correctly. Okay. A little bit of an easy part here. I'm just going to go ahead and make this line. I take my O snaps back to, we're done with tangent, back to endpoint and intersection. And let's go ahead and draw our line from here straight up. You can see what's going to happen with that with the trimming. From here straight up. Okay, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm just going to come in here and maybe just do a little trimming. Why not? Instead of waiting until the end. Now be real careful here and get that one right there. It's a common miss. So it's trim, 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 and the watch out for. Let's see what else we have. That. Because I'll have to erase that. And then again, watch out for the little extras right there. We're going to go here and that little extra and there and there and there and there. Oh, that looks good. All right, pretty happy with that. Get rid of that. Okay, next we have this this arc up here. The way you're going to do this is you have a 28-degree line, and then you have this arc of 188. So we're going to do the circle, center radius, from here at 1.88. And then we're going to go line, and we're going to make this shift at sign. This 90 minus 28, which is going to be 62. So we'll do a distance of 5. I'm using 5 all the time because it's long enough, at an angle of 62. And then let's go ahead and do the circle, center. That's a center radius, right? Center radius of 0.31. 0.31. And then what you're going to do is you're going to offset 0.31, offset this line 0.31 and that line 0.31. These lines don't go to the center of the circle, they're parallel to the center line. And then you're going to trim. So we'll go ahead and trim that and that and that. And let's see what. That's going to curve, that's going to come around. We want that stop there. Hit enter, and we're going to get rid of that. And the extra. And that's going to come in to here. Kind of like that. We're going to use the break command, turning off my O snaps. We're going to use the break command to get that center line in like that. One little trick I do here is I just draw a little line, because you don't want to drag this because you're going to mess up your 62 angle. So I just draw a little line here and then use the trim command to get rid of that excess. And then you can just erase that. Okay, the last piece down here, a little tricky, is the 188 on the very, very bottom, the 188 and the 188. And then there's a 0.12 up. So what you're going to do is you're going to go offset 1.88 that way, and that part's not hard. And then we're going to offset up 0.12. Okay, now the tricky part on this thing is that the circle kind of goes around that corner, and it goes up into a curve like this. So we're going to offset 0.12 in and in, and then draw the circle center radius. Watch the trick here. Turn my O stamps back on again. From here to there. See what happened there? Same thing here. Circle, center radius. This is the center, and that's the outside. And then we trim. So gone, gone. That's good. That's gone. Gone, gone, gone. And then, of course, all this bottom part's going to be gone. Kind of like that. That's good. That's gone, and that's gone. And then you can just erase this. Okay, we are almost there. Get rid of that extra. Let's see. Do I need that line anymore? I just needed that just to know where to stop. Don't need that one anymore. Don't need that one anymore. Don't need that one anymore. So you see the way that bottom kind of goes in. So now it's just center marks. So let's go ahead and just get rid of all this. Oops, I got one more piece to trim, don't I? I've got to trim that. And I have to trim that. Enter. Let's get rid of that and that. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the center marks. Oops, I still have another trim to do. Trim from here and here and here. Enter, and get rid of that and that. Okay, it's one more time. Let's try that one more time. So that looks good. I'm going to delete and delete. I'm going to leave these alone though because I want these to be center lines. I'm just going to move those onto the center layer like that. And then let's do center marks. Delete, delete, and delete. And let's go to the center line layer and annotate center mark. Make sure you pick the arcs on the outside. On the outside. Same thing, outside, outside. Pick that one. Did I erase that? I don't know why I erased that. You know what, let me undo that. I don't want to erase that. Whoops, I got crazy. I want to erase that. So let me erase that and that. Don't erase this because it's too hard to put back in. Okay, let's try that again. Home, let's go back to the center line layer and annotate, center mark, picking the arc and the arc and the arc and the arc and the center mark. You could make an argument for connecting these together like that. But if you do, see that's going through the circle there. I wouldn't want that. So we'll use the break command to fix that. Just turn off Euro snaps and use the break command like that. Missed it. Modify break. I'm going to pick that. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to be able to break that, am I? Because that's a center mark. I have to explode it. So I'm going to take that and explode it because it's an individual entity. Now I can go in and break it. So modify break. I'm going to pick that and then break it like so. You could join these two together like this. That would make sense. It would make sense those are aligned like so. And then I want the center marks to be here and here and here and here. And what we'll do is we'll get rid of those outside ones right there. So we'll explode these. Explode. And then we'll just get rid of those outside ones because we're not really using the full circle there. We'll kind of do it like that. And that is the transmission gasket.